Well, guys, I've always wanted a James Bond figure, but I never thought my first James Bond figure would be wearing this outfit. I always thought it would be a tuxedo James Bond, but that's actually not what we're looking at today. We are looking at the commando version of James Bond, which is what he wore towards the end of No Time to Die, which, is a way more tactical outfit. And it may not be for everybody because it doesn't scream James Bond, but I'm willing to give it a chance, so let's see how this figure is.
The name's Bond. James Bond.
Now, before we actually get this figure out, I have to say a huge thank you to Pop Collectibles. That is where I got this figure, and that is where I get 99% of the figures you see me review on this channel. And if you decide to shop on their site, you can use my code COSMA for a discount for any figure on their site. Now, guys, it is time to actually get James Bond himself out, and I can't say I'm excited, but I also can't say I'm dreading it. I'm pretty curious about how this figure is going to look in hand. I feel like it's a very different look. He does come very well packaged, as you can see. He is just covered in plastic wrap, which, hey, I love to see it. But actually getting a look at James Bond, and I've got to say that Daniel Craig head sculpt is absolutely phenomenal. I think they killed the likeness there. It does even have some battle damage, just like the rest of the outfit, because this is towards the end of the movie. The outfit is, we'll talk about that later, but the head sculpt itself actually does have rolling eyeballs as well, so you can choose whatever direction you want him looking at in your posing. Now it's time to take a look at all of the other accessories you get, starting with this swap out blue shirt. This is something that he wears earlier in the movie before he actually takes it off, and we're going to take a look at this later, but it's very soft. It feels stretchy, so I hope it's not too hard to put on the figure. The next accessory you get is this highly detailed rifle that is fully interactable. You can take off the silencer, you can remove the magazine, you can pull the stock back. Super cool, and I love how it looks when you put it in James Bond hand. You actually do get two handguns with this release, and they both are fully interactable as well. You can pull the slide back and you can remove the magazine as well, which is pretty cool. These are made out of plastic, not die-cast metal, so they aren't too heavy, so that's a good thing because they won't actually weigh the arms down when you're posing them. Now, as for other accessories, you actually get the plushie or the bunny or whatever it was that his daughter dropped that James Bond actually found towards the end of the movie and unfortunately died with, so we're gonna add this to the outfit pretty soon. James Bond does come with some pretty classic shades. I honestly don't remember him wearing these in the movie. I don't know if they just included them for fun, or maybe he was, but we're gonna try these out soon as well. And of course, you do get a watch for James Bond, and this is actually gonna be peaked to cover his ugly wrist joint, so I can't wait to try this out on the figure. And for the last accessory on this tray, you get this tactical bag that he actually wears with the blue shirt. This is when he's infiltrating the base with all of the bombs and stuff like that. And hopefully this can spruce up the outfit a bit because I feel like it might be a bit bland, but we're going to take a look at it very soon once I get it all set up. But before I do that, we have to take a look at the display base, which is hidden underneath the second tray. And honestly, guys, I am pretty big fan of it. I saw some hate online, but I think it's different. I think it's unique. And when you put it all together, it definitely screams like infiltration, James Bond style base. I don't know if that makes sense, but you'll see what I mean when I put it all together. It is super easy to put together. You basically just slide this little insert, and I love the hole on the back. It kind of makes it visually interesting because you can see straight through it. But guys, now it is time to talk about, is this figure worth the money for all you get? If you're considering the Commando James Bond, it's going to run you about $285, so probably $300 plus after tax. And I have all the accessories laid out here to talk about. Flat out, I think I can say if you are a fan of this outfit for $285, it is a very outstanding release. I think that they killed the head sculpt. I think that the body itself is amazing. It has really good muscle padding. You're getting swap out outfits. Granted, the outfits aren't anything special, but you're getting a wide variety of accessories to customize them, like the tactical bags, as well as the rifles, the guns, the bunny. There is so much to do with this figure that I can easily say it's worth $285, but that's really going to come down to if you like the outfit or not, guys. Now, if you're not a fan of that outfit and you want a tuxedo James Bond, I recommend waiting for the release coming out maybe next year. But honestly, guys, I can't knock it. The figure is a good value. It comes with a ton of awesome accessories, and overall, it's well made, so it gets my stamp of approval. Now, guys, it is time for the posing segment of the video. So we're going to be using this display base for almost every single pose because I'm not going to lie, it's really growing on me, and I really think this display base actually elevates the figure. I don't know what it is. Because the outfit is a little bit bland, this display base adds a bunch of visual interest. It's like, oh, what's that behind him? Especially because you can see through the display base because there's a massive hole in it. It really does scream that James Bond is infiltrating something. The outfit itself, while not my favorite James Bond look, definitely has some visual interest, and you can add this plushie, like I said earlier, to make it even more interesting when you look at it. And honestly, guys, I can't lie, the figure's growing on me a little bit. Speaking of growing on me, the more I pose pose it, the more I enjoy this figure. As you can see, I used the watch to cover up that ugly wrist joint, but this guy is a joy to pose. The joints are buttery smooth, the articulation is really good, and of course the entire outfit is fabric, so you can leave this guy posed however you want. That is some of the best parts about more human style figures that are just wearing clothes. I figured I would show you guys what he looks up posed up with this insanely detailed rifle. It might be a top 5 Hot Toys rifle of all time, but I think I've shown you enough poses with the white outfit now. I definitely think the blue outfit is going to be my preferred look for James Bond, so I think it's time that we actually try to put it on him. And I'm happy to report it wasn't that challenging. It takes a little bit of finesse, but when you get it on, I definitely think that the blue shirt is my preferred display option for him. Not that the white outfit was bad, but I don't know, this one just looks more tactical. It gives off a more espionage vibe, like he's truly infiltrating, especially when you look at all of the grenades on his shoulder. He just looks like meaner. He looks more intimidating, if that makes sense. And we can even add the glasses if you want with this outfit, and I think this looks pretty badass. Again, I don't think he wore these glasses in the movie, but hey, you can't tell me this doesn't look sick. But I honestly want to get really creative with the posing, and this next pose I'm super proud of. It's sort of like him climbing out of whatever this is, a vault or whatever he's infiltrating. I think this looks so sick. It really does sell me on the idea that he's coming out of it. Honestly, I think that's the key with this figure. Your posing is going to have to do a lot of the heavy lifting because he's not really going to stand out on his own the way he would if he was in a tuxedo. And of course, I had to put him next to another action star, which is John Wick. Now, I will just say flat out, I prefer John Wick as a character. I prefer those movies. Not to say I don't like James Bond, but I'm just letting you know my bias now. I think the John Wick is a better figure overall. But yeah, man, these two look sick together. But man, I just wish I had a tuxedo James Bond. I think they would look even better side by side. But yeah, man, if you want to display them together, I think it works. I think people can tell exactly who this is when they look at them. And overall, Hot Toys did a really good job with this release for those really diehard James Bond fans. I think they're going to eat this up. Again, man, a huge thank you to Pop Collectibles for providing this figure. You can use my code COSMA for a discount when you're shopping with them. Let me know down below, what do you think of this James Bond outfit? And as always, you guys, praise God and stay blessed.